All right. Hello. All right. Oh, hey, Max. That's all right, man. No problem. So again, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to go with a small theme, which is cactuses and colourful faces. So I'm just going to make some random cactuses right now. I've got some references on the side just to give me an idea of what a cactus looks like, because, you know, who could forget what a cactus looks like? Me. So I'm just drawing an outline right now. Just, again, not really thinking about what I'm doing, just making some basic shapes. And then going from there. Hello, Thomas. You're right. This cactus will look as basic as hell. That's good. Alright. Put some colour in. So I really need to think about activating my pens before I start the stream, because there might be just like half an hour of me just shaking pens. Yeah, I'm doing alright today. Just starting up the stream, seeing where I get with this. You've been drawing lollies. Like, I hope the candy, right? I've found a new music channel which can let you stream without getting sued by the, whoever they are, DMC or whatever. This guy's Harris Heller. You can check out his work on Spotify and pretty much every single music channel, so check him out. I'm not saying that because I have to say that, but I'm saying that because I think other people would do well with this music, and I love the fact that he's given it to us pretty much for free. Unless otherwise, then uh-oh. Thanks for the follow, man. Master Kanak, if I said that right. I think the only problem with Posca is the fact that they're so limited on their colours. Like, if you look at companies like Copic and other brands which are like really expensive pens, they've only got like a small broad range. Yeah, they're awesome, but they don't kind of keep consistent. So say for instance I want to use this pen, I need like a larger version of it, and they don't have it, and I'm just like, well, that's great. And even when they have a larger version of it, either it's like not easily as accessible, like you have to buy it in a giant pack of stuff. So yeah. Oh yeah, you've seen the Beastars. Yeah, I've been reading it. It's really, really good. To be honest, I thought I was going to hate it because I'm really nitpicky on art styles, but ever since I started doodling, just kind of being very loose with some art and illustration, I love it. I love the book, and the story is kind of more than actually kind of the quality of like manga or how I used to regard art or look at art. But now I'm just like, oh, this is really cute. This is really nice. But yeah, I might each stream show off another book on the side, but this one kind of was like pretty cool with the illustration of Loshi, and literally can't remember what the other dog's name was. But apparently season 2 is coming out very soon. So that'll be awesome. Oh man, Beasties is an amazing story. Like, if you're into like romantic illustrations or comics, then that one is definitely one to hit up. And it's kind of, well, it's Japan's Zootopia, if anything. If you want to compare it to something, but it is its own kind of thing as well. But if you were just showing off to the everyday person, then yeah, I'd literally compare it to Zootopia, because that'll save a whole lot of confusion. Else I'll say, so it's Pokemon that talk? Nah, mate, that's not what it is. It's kind of dry, so let's go on with this. How am I for the stream at the moment? Is it lagging? Is it fine? Or can you hear me all right? Thanks, man. All good. Again, until I get my bearings properly out with streaming, if I'm going to actually continue with it, which I do want to, I'm probably going to be doing a lot more kind of quick illustrations or things which don't require too much thought into it, because kind of talking at the same time is one thing, but also like I want to be a bit more engaged than just focusing on, oh yeah, this is something I've got to do, it's got to look good, it's got to be amazing. I think when you're live, it's a totally different thing in comparison to, say for instance, if I was just recording this. Quickly let that dry sec. This music's so much better in comparison to what I was listening to beforehand. Yesterday's music was atrocious. Not that I'm a fan of house music, it's just this is a lot more classier and a bit more easier to just illustrate to. But can't complain with free music. I'm almost finished with this one, and then I'm going to jump onto another one. Maybe do like a weird face, and then do another cactus, and then go from there. Again, like, if you've got any suggestions of what to illustrate, I'm all ears right now, because I'm just trying to figure out what the stream is and what content I should be putting in. Again, kind of think like graph work, because that's kind of quick and simple to do. Well, at least I think it is. Do a whale. Yeah, man, I'll do that. I think I've got the right colours for it as well. What pens? I'm using Posca pens right now. They're like paint-based markers. So if I was working on a less kind of shiny surface, these would come out really, really kind of fine and like normal paint. So like if you see on that, it's less kind of shiny than on this. I'm only using the shiny board because it kind of feels nice. But it does put a toll on these pens because, of course, they're not mainly made for this, but they can be put on any surface. Like, I've not seen any channel or any kind of like illustrator just do something on Posca pens, because I think, again, they're quite limited on what they've got in terms of like colours. Some gold in it. Let's cover these over. But you can pick up these pens from any kind of craft store. In the UK, there's a big place. Don't really know them that well. But I think they're on a sale at them. Like, unfortunately, they don't sponsor me, so I think if you live in the UK, you'd know who they are. They're like some sort of hobby craft type of place. Hint, hint. So the problem you can get with this is the fact that if the ink hasn't fully dried, it will combine with the other one. That might be a theme which people might look for, but if you are running out of paint on it, you just have to give it a shake and it will release more pigment. But of course it doesn't happen 100% of the time, so you might have to replace it. Definitely vibing to this music. Yeah. Alright, I'm done on this one, so baggy on them. So what I'm using are comic book boards, because instead of like having to get loads of UK A4 boards and sleeves, it's extremely hard to get. But at your local comic book shop, or if there is one existing anymore, because of lockdown, you can just easily sleeve them. I keep forgetting to get some tape around here. But yeah, it's protected. Pop that in one of these drawers. And look at it later. Alright. Can you get comic book boards in different colours? You possibly can. I know they do black ones, so you could probably make a load. Or you could probably get some A5 paper. Again, there are different sizes for these sleeves, and there are different sizes for comic book boards. So I don't know if there is an A4 sleeve, but I know they've got this like American A1 size or American letter size or something like that. Because yeah, but I'm sure you can get different colours. The only problem is these comic book stores probably won't have that colour, because white seems to be like a very clean-ish colour, as well as black, to be honest, because if you've got like a really kind of colourful foreground and you have a black background on it, that might do a bit more than, say, having a white background. But so on the front of here, it's like really smooth, so it's got Bristol board kind of feel to it, and then on the back it has a more rougher, gradier section. Of course, for comic books, that's fantastic because you don't get what's known as an ink bleed. So when you're protecting your comics, the shiniest side will not like absorb your comic book ink, and the other side, obviously, you don't really need to worry about it because it's just a blank side. It's not being used for anything. You've only got like a bit of cellophane behind it. What was I doing? A whale, yeah. Alright, let's get some giant pens. Right now, I'm flexing these pens because I got them on a really good deal at the craft shop because they're half price. I'm like, what? No way. Alright. Let's draw him. So let's get like a circle. Right now I am drawing from imagination, so I'm just thinking what a whale looks like. It's got like a yeah, let's go with that. Really basic looking whale. It's going to have two colours, so maybe like a chin, like where's that? That'll be black, and that'll be the darker colour. So now, black colours. Yeah. Whitish teeth, maybe give him like a beige bristles as well. Right. So we use the blue. I might be able to use this if it's survived. some of these pens that I've got here are like really ancient. I found out about Posca pens maybe in 2012 or 2011 when I was on my art and design course at Whitney, Abingdon and Whitney College. So yeah, I think a mate just kind of showed them and said, "Oh yeah, these would look well great on Posca pens." I was like, "Posca what now?" And yeah, it's like paint pens. I was like, "Pens, paint, what? What are you talking about, Willis?" So I was completely confused with what this guy was doing about, and then went to a craft shop and they had these pens. They were like, these pens here were like a tenner or something. And luckily I had a job and I was just saving money. I had no idea what to spend money on. And yeah, I became broke at the point of finding out that these pens existed and they were like so awesome. So all my savings just started to go on an obsession with art equipment. And then played with it for a little bit, and then I had another obsession with other art stuff, and thought, oh no, I need this thing before I can do that, and then, oh, there's a cool new little thing, and then I started going crazy with other art supplies, and then never ever using them. But now I'm going to try and change all that. But you could use the paintbrush if you wanted to. These are like acrylic based, so if you had an acrylic paintbrush, you could probably like use ultramarine with this blue because it's kind of that colour. So like here's the problem that I've got. Now I've got a bigger pen, but not a bigger tip size. You can get extra tip sizes for them, but again, they're extremely hard to find. And more than likely they're going to cost an arm and a leg. Because these things aren't originally cheap. I think you can get them for 18 quid at that particular craft shop. So what you probably might see here is it is a little bit washy. That's purely because I'm on a shiny surface. It can illustrate on a shiny surface, but it doesn't mean it's the best thing in comparison to if I'm drawing on here. So much better. Plus, it might be a little bit watery because I'm in a cold room right now. And let's see. Can I open this? That's done something. So is everyone more prepared now for, well, another lockdown in the UK? a spare one that you can borrow, buddy? Because I don't usually use it. I've got a Syntec and I don't use it. Again, massive art obsession with things, and 9 times out of 10 I don't even use them. Not that I would ever want to sell them, because again, I probably want it at a later point, and I'm like, oh, I should have had it. I did have it. Oh no. Can't really control myself. If you were going to get one yourself, though, I would probably recommend a graphics tablet without a screen, and get used to illustrating whilst looking at another screen, because there's a whole lot of neat things you can do with it, on the basis that, one, it's a bit more portable, say for instance, than a Syntec, and two, you can see what you're illustrating. So me being a lefty, it's almost sometimes nigh impossible to see what I've written, what I've drawn, or anything like that, so you get kind of stuck. Let's use this beige for its teeth. I'm okay at the moment. It still works. There's just one space that glitches out. I'm gonna save for a new one. Cool, man. Like, they got this really cool mint green one, Anonymous from Wacom, but XP Pen is probably just as good as well. So yeah, this is like the nib, and then that's the ink that goes onto it. Yeah, you honestly don't need a screen or tablet. It doesn't make you any better of an illustrator. It doesn't make you become this amazing thing or anything, and it just requires practice and maybe some good like skills, tutorials to learn from. Because as much as you could practice, you could be drawing stickmen all your life, and someone might say it's terrible, but you could probably do the best stickmen ever. Again, it matters what you want to communicate. I've heard of them, yeah. The mate at uni got the screen tablet version of that. I got massively jealous with them because they had a bigger screen than the Wacom one. They were like, for a cheaper price, his was 300 and something for a 19-inch screen one. And then I was just looking at mine. Lucky I got mine at 400, but it was supposed to be like 800 or something. So I got a bit jelly. Shake it. Yeah, definitely. These are the most annoying things to do as well. Like, it takes ages to activate these pens. But once they're activated, they just flow out really well. Right. So let's see if I can draw this again. Valid. So this is with for any acrylic. As much as everything looks dry, it's not. It won't be dry until like 3 days. And with oil paints, that's about 3 weeks. So when you want to paint over something, yeah, having it semi-dry is alright, but it might again lift off the other pigment. Shall we make him gold? Let's make him gold. So these other pens here are just normal Letraset Pro markers, but see they're gold instead of like a different colour. So this might react with the Posca pens, as again the Posca isn't dry yet, so might do the wrong thing. What it could do is actually use the gold instead. I think it's just for colour schemes and all that, I'm just thinking of off the top of my head. I'm not kind of going, oh, this has to do that. I'm just going, well, these colours should work. It might look cool. This is what the colours that I know for a particular creature. I could have used this as a dark pink and a pink colour. It doesn't matter what colours schemes you use, really. It matters how you want to communicate that colour scheme. That answers it, kind of. What do you think about Procreate versus drawing with traditional media? Procreate's awesome. I prefer to draw and illustrate digitally because, again, you can undo, you can have more flatter colours. However, I think when it comes to a finished piece, I'm very reluctant to say a digital piece is a finished piece. I always think in order for something to be kind of like, if you wanted to sell it at a gallery or if you wanted to kind of sell it as a physical piece of work, it might need some traditional elements towards it. But that's not also saying you could sell it as a print. If you're just trying to sell work as print or anything like that, then I think using a tablet makes things a lot faster. So I think the times have changed. Like if Michelangelo was able to use a tablet computer, I think he'd use a tablet computer than like getting a load of assistants to paint the Sistine Chapel for him and then take the whole credit for himself. However, the way that Michelangelo did paint or did do his work, he did kind of do what a lot of Japanese artists use. So you are the main artist and then you like illustrate what you want, and then you have assistants who will finish off the pieces. In America, they have the artist and they'll kind of get the whole work done, and then an inker will ink the work. But in Japan, you'll probably have an artist who will just do a draft and make kind of some kind of representation of what he wants to show, and it is the assistant's job to kind of re-communicate what he's illustrated, and then it's background designers and all these things amalgamated together. And that's very, it used to be the European way of, the European way of artists illustrating, but now it's kind of lost. You kind of have, supposedly, you have to do it all on your own, but that really is not the case, especially in like marketing. You're not just going to be the blog poster, you're not just going to be the one who's working at the shop selling the item, you're probably just one cog in the system. But with a lot of people these days, they just see, if you haven't done it yourself, then you can't consider yourself, well, putting prices of your work like that, or whatever. think I'm rambling right now, but yeah. I've decided to just continue with this because that gold, I think, has dried up a bit. So the best way to fix something like that would just open it up and put a bit of water in. Favourite colour? Oh, it's actually not really a colour, but it is a colour. So iridescent is my favourite colour, which I might do an iridescent piece after this now. What do I mean by iridescent? I think I've got some iridescent self-adhesive book cover stuff. So this stuff here, this is iridescent. That, at the moment, is my favourite colour. Yeah, man. So is everyone like UK based or watching this from afar? Because I have no idea if I'm like, well, streaming at a good time for kind of everyone, or even if that matters. Nice, nice. So a big thing on illustrating is literally communication. How the work communicates easier. Is it cute? Is it something like that? Is that the only kind of bit of communication towards it? Why am I painting in gold? I'm painting in gold because it kind of looks pretty awesome and maybe make this thing a little bit doper than just like a cartoony whale. But as you can see, I'm like a really slow illustrator. So what should I do on the iridescent piece? Again, when like illustrating, you don't have to use the same pen or implement. So I'm like using like a fine marker instead of like using a black Posca pen. What am I going to call the whale? William. But spelt like whale. Yum. That was terrible, but hey. Alright, let's do an iridescent one. I got some iridescent paper. I've got 2 types of iridescent paper. Well, 3 types actually. So, I've got this, which is literally iridescent. Then I've got this one here, which is like a. I should probably try and show it off on this stream properly. Another iridescent, which is kind of like textured. And then I've got like this kind of Pokemon style-y iridescent one. Like, it reminds me of old school shinies. Kind of got to vote on these 3 colours really, or 3 variants. Number 1. Sure. Alright, let's see what we should do. Let's do that. Try all white. Oh man. Alright. How many other white pens have I got? Ah, there's another one. try and get that one activated while that's going. Let's do like another cactus. Mexican. Oh, this is so hard. So right now these feel like kind of decorative illustrations. There's not much communication in it at all. That's the fact that I'm just communicating that this is a cactus. So it's more symbolic than descriptive. Which in some case can lower itself. It's not as, like, say for instance, as valuable as a piece that maybe depicts some sort of like scene or some sort of narrative, but don't say it doesn't look sick. Just thinking, what else should I do with it? Maybe. Yeah, let's do that. What if you were to reverse the illustrations, so the BG around the background of the cactus was painted with Posca. That is something. There are actually sheets of paper what you can do with that. So if I screen printed, screen printed, or just used a roller with black ink or even white ink, I could scratch off that and just, instead of like obscuring or hiding it and revealing, that sort of thing. I'm guessing that's what you're trying to get from it. The only problem with that is it would have to take a while for it to dry and then come back to it. So I'd have to use like a what do you call it, knife? Just a normal craft knife. Let's dry sec. It's really, really busy on my eyes. I'll let that dry and then I'll do something to the back of it. But yeah, this stuff, I could literally cover that on top of an illustration and cut it down, and then that'd be another shiny sort of thing. Alright. Let's make some weird ass faces. So what I'm doing now is I'm just prepping things, and then I will draw on top of them and see what can become of them. Right, let that dry. Another one is different. Maybe another bright colour. There we go, it's a blue there. Let's make more squarish ones. Yeah, I'm just literally thinking on the spot on these. And once they're dry, I'll be thinking on the spot again. Ooh. So yesterday I did like a really nice kind of like arms moving around piece. I might do something again with like this, but let's see what else I can get out of it. Let's do a red one. Of course. Need to activate it. Green might be alright now. Nope. Great. this gold. We out here vibing, yeah. It's a shame about this gold one. There we go. Just doing one of those like random ass ones. Not that everything I've been doing on this stream is random. Right. So this is dry. Let's do a cactus dude. See this, I can't put in a, what you call it, a baggie. Let's put the others. Right, these This should be dry now. Don't know what you're talking about, mate. Nope. No illegals here. Some guy chilling on a couch. square boys. Oh, nice. So I'll probably be finishing in the next half an hour. So there's that. Probably in the next session I might either do a game or I might do quick rug, which would be pretty sick. But I have no idea what rug I'm going to make. It could be just another cactus thing, because that's like multi-seasonal, so... How's that group looking? This one I am going to try and connect like everything together so it's like cool one piece. Thanks, Wholesome Gamer, for joining. Hope you don't regret following me. I mean, cool. Should I get my camera to zoom in more on these type of things? Because I have no idea where I should be facing this camera. Nice. Thanks for following, Vintman's Sound. I'm sure you followed before, but awesome. So glad I changed your mind. So right now I'm just doing a really weird illustration, but trying to get it all connected in some way. sec. So I'm done in 15 minutes. Anyone got any suggestions of what to do in these next 15 minutes? A typewriter. Alright. There you go, a horrific typewriter. Alright, possibly in these last 5 minutes I am going to show off what we did today. Or what I made today, at least. Right. Let's have a look. I might bag some of them as well. Alright, so we got this little cheeky chap. He's happy to be a plant, why not? A little Siggy. There it is. Then just a general black cactus with some pink flowers on it. Then we got a terrible typewriter illustration, no type. Ain't my problem. And then some dude chilling while his missus is literally like, well, where's the stuff, mate? This one is kind of sick. I like it. Kind of looks like two rival biker gangs next to each other, about a fist bump. And this one is kind of like some weird Picasso-y amalgamation of some people put together. You got a hand, you got a finger right there, like doing some pointing and all that. Some long boy chilling out there, some guy touching some god dude. Yeah, pretty dope. Then we got another one of our just random face dudes. Just seeing what we can do with those shapes and seeing what it was communicating to me with. So that's one there. Then we got another one here. I like this chilling dude over here eating some graps. Then we got this cactus dude. And then our iridescent illustration, the shiny of the day. Then we've got Tom's whale boy. And then we are at the end with our first drawing. And look at that, we're on 2 hours. Nice. So I might do another one tomorrow. I probably will be doing a rug, small rug, maybe. Maybe tell me what you guys probably want later on, or whatever. I'll link my Discord right now. Let's see. Just in case any of you want to go onto it and drop me a message. Just go on. There we go. I think that is probably it for today then. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and see you again next time. Alright.